Can you all hear me? Oh, wow.
We can't hear you.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who loved to sing. She sang songs to herself, she sang songs to her cats, she sang songs to the forests. She loved to sing. But one day she realized that someone was listening to her singing, and she became uncomfortable. Singing was something she did in private, and she didn't like having an audience. She became terrified of singing in front of people. She became terrified of singing in front of people. Just look above the heads of your audience, her mom told her, or pretend that they're all in their underwear. It didn't help. Every time she had to sing a solo, she would become overwhelmed by fear, and she would start to cry and have to leave the stage. But everyone told her that she had a beautiful voice, and they tried to encourage her. When she applied to college, she auditioned for a vocal performance program, but there were 70 other sopranos who auditioned, and the school only had room for 20. She wasn't one of them. You have a lovely voice, she was told, but your performance was lacking. Just like this mic stand, performance is lacking. She thought, I don't have to be a performance major. I'll just be a normal music major. And she told her wish to the head of the department, and she sang for him. But she got scared, and the top notes got stuck in her voice. You have vocal onset issues, she was told. Over the next 4 years, she moved from one teacher to another, but nobody could solve her vocal problems. She would often become hoarse after singing, and she became even more frustrated when she was trying to practice. Maybe you have acid reflux, they told her. Maybe you're really a mezzo, not a soprano. You're just too serious when you sing. We'll only give you happy songs to sing. By now, the little girl had become a young woman, and she decided to study abroad in her last year of college. She had given up on having a singing career and decided to study geology instead. So this study abroad was going to be her farewell to music. She went to Amsterdam and she took many different classes in languages and acting, and she learned about bodywork like Feldenkrais and Alexander technique. She also took a 1-week improvisation course in Baroque improvisation and did one of the scariest things in her life, which was to sing an improvised song in front of an audience. At the end of her time, she sang in a student recital and realized that she did enjoy performing. And for the next 5 years, she moved to different places searching for the right teacher. She had more disappointments of not being accepted into programs, and she was beginning to doubt her goals again. Then one magical day, she found a teacher who understood her voice. You're not a soprano, she told her, but you're not really a mezzo either. You are something in between. The young woman realized that for so many years she had been singing high just to prove that she could, and not really because she wanted to. Her voice didn't like singing high all the time, and that's why she was getting hoarse. It was trying to tell her it didn't like singing like this. So she learned how to strengthen her body in order to support her voice, and she relearned that singing is supposed to be natural and comfortable. She started taking pieces down into lower keys until they were comfortable for her to sing again, and she quite liked singing low. And now that the pressure was off, she could sing high too. But even though her voice was improving, there was still something lacking in her performances. She began bodywork with another teacher, and she soon learned that she habitually closed down on her throat and her chest and her back, the very parts where your breath needs to flow when you're singing. She had spent so many years choking back the pain of all of these failures that she was afraid to open up. She was afraid to be too emotional. God forbid that she should cry in front of somebody. With her new body attention, she practiced singing despite the pain and despite her fears. she learned that running away from the pain didn't make it go away. And her singing became more enjoyable as she started singing with her whole self, and she started laughing with her whole self, and crying with her whole self, and loving with her whole self. And this young woman realized that life is about learning and deciding what you want, and it's about finding people who can help you do that. And that fear and pain are here to stay, but they shouldn't stop you from doing what you love. And that, my friends, explains everything.